Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here again with another review. Uh, I'm joined with my black associate here, Mr. Sam. Um, there's also a dog down here, Chica, Chica Molita. And yeah, so I've got some audience to see. I'm actually nervous. Jeez. Uh, the movie is Sleepaway Camp Part 2, Happy Campers. Unhappy Campers, sorry. This is the one from 1988. It gets a 5.5. I agree, it's a 5.5. It's one of those movies you can, if you or you don't want to think too much, put the movie on. The original Sleepaway Camp got a 6.2, and even there, I dare to say it's a 6. Because if you look at Sleepaway Camp, the good thing about it, it's a whodunit. You got some creepy, tense music. Not so much really gory kills. You have the bitchy campers kill that you see through imagery of shadows, which is actually one of the more creepier kills. You don't see blood or something. Her pillow, her head being snuffed by a pillow, and then a hair iron, as hot as it can be, jammed in her twat. I mean, that's pretty disgusting, right? But that kill made it. That movie was made by its twist, right? The weird still image of Angela making that noise, and then the guy of 20 years old with his dick hanging loose, couple $100. He never want to be mentioned anywhere because he was actually kind of feeling disgusting about it. But then we get to Sleepaway Camp 2. Probably the best sequel. You have uh, four movies. You have Sleepaway Camp 3, which gets a 5. And then you have the newer one from 2008, which I thought, but I saw the trailer, should have Felissa Rose coming back and reprising her role as Angela, and Ricky, her brother from the first one, a foul mouthed brother. Now, I'm not sure if it's the same. It's gonna be the same actor, but he's gonna be in it. But they say that movie is monstrous. I mean, a monstrosity. That's what I wanted to say. Um, so this movie is. You've got this camp of, to say, 40 people, excluding the counselors. You've got about four counselors, TC, and two female, two male, and then the boss of the camp, Uncle Joe, John. Very friendly guy. TC is the oldest of the counselors. He wears this rocking mullet. He rocks it. He rocks it bad. And then you have a Diane, and then you another guy that name is never mentioned, and in one of those four is Angela. Now the movie starts out with this
Well, it ended
campfire.
up that the
They're
killer was
talking
the shy
creepy stories,
14-year-old girl
and
that
then
everybody
one
picked
girl
on.
starts to
Except she
talk
was...
about the
You're
camp
supposed to be in
that's
the
60
cabin. Let's
miles
go.
away
Just a
from here,
second. Now.
Camp Arawak,
Except this girl,
where
she
all
wasn't a
these
girl.
kids
Let's
got
go.
killed
She was really a he.
by
His
a
aunt had been dressing him up
psychopath
like a
called
girl ever
Peter
since he was
Baker.
4 years
But
old.
If you
I'm
don't
not
get over here
sure,
right now.
but
Keep your
somebody
shirt
said
on.
that
They
they
found her
thought it
naked on the
was
beach, holding the chopped
sweet,
off head of another camper.
Jesus.
About 30 people were killed, and the camp had to be closed down.
silent
The
Angela.
end.
But it was a guy. named Peter Baker, but uh, like I said, there she plays Angela Baker or Mar whatever she, but the fact that her name's Angela and then her camp counselor name is her the female who oversees the female camp members is called Angela. She didn't want her to tell that story, so what she does, kills her and pretends she's been sent home. Bam. And she does that through the entire movie. And there's no tension, there's no atmosphere. It's a horror comedy also. It's not a horror anymore like the first one was. This is a slasher horror comedy. And the first one was a horror slasher because it still had a whodunit. There was a little bit of creepy um music playing when something's gonna happen. Here, none, and it's obvious who's getting killed. First of all, you know who the killer is from the get go, which we weren't used to if you saw the first one, and a lot of people, kind of including myself, sort of didn't like uh, and the killer Angela. She became a fool of herself. She was more a chatty cat. She didn't stop talking, and every time she killed somebody, so if somebody was fucking, because these were all horny teens of 16 years old, played by 20, 30-year old kids, they're fucking each other. There's this particular one girl called Yala or Laya or what. She fucks everybody. Constant boob shots, everybody. Everything with a penis. It's like she fucks one hard, then she goes to the next one. Literally to the next one. And of course, anytime this happens, Angela is in the neighborhood. She sees this, does this kind of noise. Let's see, she's angry. Then she goes to the victim, to the unknown victim, and she starts, why do you fornicate? And she never uses the word sex, she always uses fornication. And then I mean, she kills her. I mean, in a really that's the only nasty thing. Not because it's creepy, because it's filthy and nasty in this ugly, filthy outhouse where the shit, piss, and leeches are in, and she's put her in her and poking her inside. You see every leeches. Ugh, ugh. But in any case, like two twins drinking, smoking weed, fucking. Oh, they die. They put on this giant grill and put on fire. I mean, a lot of the then two guys that just want to do a harmless prank, like
And if you pay me
if
money,
you
my
see
titties,
the
you can
poster of the movie, first of all, that's not Angela. And second of all, she's wearing a backpack with a hand of the Freddy Krueger scissor hands, Jason's mask, and a chainsaw. Now, this comes to play in the movie when two kids want to play a prank on her. One of them is wearing Freddy Krueger's attire, but he gets sliced by his own hands by Angela, and his neck's open. And then you've got the guy who plays Jason, and you see Leatherface coming with a chainsaw, but that's Angela, and she kills a guy with a chainsaw. For what reason? Because they wanted to pull a prank and scare a few girls on a campfire, and that's it. So she's, and the thing is, nobody is really saying, okay, okay, it's a camp of 40, so it's not hard to miss. Didn't we had about 35? Didn't we? Oh, the day after, didn't we had like four, 30? Day after, oh, didn't we have 25? Day after, didn't we have 20? Uh, and of course, she gets fired because it's like, what the fuck is happening here? She before she gets fired, she kills the two. She has this bond with Molly, Renee Estevez, who's the sister of Emilio
No, I
Estevez,
can't. It's all
which I
boarded up.
didn't know were also sister.
So you
She's
didn't come
also
all
the
the way up here for
sister
nothing.
of
Is there
Charlie
something
Sheen.
wrong?
Now,
Well, does it have to do with
is
me
he
and Sean?
related to the Estevez family? I'm not sure.
He's a nice kid.
Sto-
Even if he did talk
stood in
back to me.
one of her biography,
You like him a lot,
you
don't
know,
you?
Wiki fan,
But
Wiki
Allie likes
Worms or
him
Wiki
too.
fan girls,
Oh, don't worry about Allie.
fan girls.
Sean's
Yeah,
smart.
okay.
He knows a
I don't know if that's true though. I'm not sure, but so before she gets the fuck fired, she because TC wants to see her fired too because she does not work with him, and it's boys versus girls. So when a panty raid happens, she just punishes everybody, and then when a jockstrap raid happens, TC's like was falling one in his face, and he's like, wake me up when it's over. So he's more relaxed. He knows these are just camp shenanigans that should be, these are the best times of our lives, right? That's what it's supposed to be. But Angela is doing, she's like a drill instructor, and if nobody nobody listens even for a little bit, they get the knife in the face, the axe in the face, the a pin through the eyes. I mean, yeah, you got some gore and practical effects. That's true, but the like there is no tension. So at some point, a girl, one of the last girls, she said, I called home to Phoebe, one of the girls, I think that's the first girl that gets killed and sent home. She said that she never arrived here and that she's still there. And then she called another girl that was also sent home, and Angela immediately locks the door and starts to find a weapon, although she has a fucking buck knife. And a buck knife is the same knife Ghostface uses in the Scream movies. So you can kill a few people with that. But she's looking for something else to kill her. It's like she always wants to use something else to kill somebody. So she tears off a wire of her guitar and she starts to strangle her. She says, "Don't you ever shut up." That's why she gets killed. She's nosy. And then Angela's trying to push her through the window, but then you have another girl coming in, saying, "Hey, listen, who closed the door? I needed my airbrush." And then Angela is there, and the girl sees that other girl half through the window. "Oh, what have you done?" And she takes this knife, and she's, well, why? She was innocent. She was one of the nerdy girls. Why? I didn't do anything. You'll tell. And then, although she was almost waiting because she didn't actually did anything. It was just for you'll tell. But how in the fuck are you gonna keep that a secret? That the entire, and I mean the entire female campers are missing in action, sent home. Of course, after that she gets fired. Now, it's there's also something that really bothers me about the movie. That uh, it was okay. It was between the in the beginning of the campfire. You don't know what's real, but she was in a insane asylum for 4 years. She got a sex change there. So you see now that she has boobs. Like in the first one, you didn't really see something. Now I'm guessing they gave her a tug job, so she has a vagina. But when TC says, "Listen, can you take the pool duty? Get some sun and it's healthy for you." Oh no, 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 really, I can't. I did this hike. I stepped it out. Eventually, she does a hike, but is she not wanting to do that because she is still half a man? Does she still have the penis? Or did she have a tug job? Or is she just insecure over her body because what happened the first time? Right? Can be, can be. Also, if the theory was right that she escaped and she puts in a resume in a camp, I think Camp Rolling Hill or something, uh, 60 miles away from the Arawak camp where she massacred a dozen people. Shouldn't the police be after her? And she has the gall to use her same name, Angela? And the police should have a recent picture from the institute. I mean, uh, and she said, "No, I had great doctors and great psychiatrists to give me a good resume. If I was Uncle John and I see this resume, beware, can be homicidal." Yeah, I wouldn't. No. Uh, so the movie makes not a real lick of sense if you think about it. And so let's end with it. It's so listen, the movie got some
Angela.
humoristic moments.
Yes.
You got some more
You're
funny
Angela
one-liners
Baker.
from
The
Angela,
angel of death. You should have called
and
me
you got
Peter.
some
My name is
practical
Angela
kills.
Johnson.
Okay.
You're Angela Baker. You
And
killed all those kids at
that's
Camp
about.
Arawak.
And you have a great soundtrack with a good beat. And that's the only
How did you get
soundtrack
this
you're
job?
gonna hear because
Easy.
the rest of the movie
I've
is
got great
like
recommendations from doctors,
soundtrackless,
psychiatrists, even
especially
clergymen.
when things are getting
I did my
creepier
time.
or should be
2 years of
creepy or
therapy,
should be tense.
electroshock, plus every kind of pill you ever heard
It
of,
doesn't happen.
plus
You know
an
who the killer
operation.
is. And we know
I'm
Angela as
completely
this white, mysterious
If I
person
wasn't, they wouldn't
killer,
have let me out.
and now she's like this happy chatty, hey,
How do
hey,
you know so
hey.
much about
She's
me?
even playing a fucking
My dad's a
morning
cop.
song on a guitar.
He
Happy
but you
campers,
should have heard him the day
happy
you got out.
campers. I mean, come on.
It's too bad. Wait till he hears what's
So,
happening to you.
yeah, it's apparently the best sequel you're gonna get. The third one is half a point less. It's also with Pamela Spring. Pamela Springsteen, who plays Shelley, who plays Angela, um, and the fate of uh, Molly, she's a final girl, is rather unknown because at the very end, this is a spoiler, she can run away, and Angela, she has a lift from this woman, and I think that's the same woman loudmouth woman from Friday the 13th 5, A New Beginning. The ones on the that's on the back of the bicycle with the guy. You say what it is, Ma. And then she says, "Shut the fuck up, retard." Okay, Ma. Remember that one? Because she caught a few of those institute people groping the shit out of each other. But okay, she then gets killed because she just puts on a cigarette and boom, a knife. And then when Molly wants to pull the car over, she sees it's Angela, and it ends with Molly's face like, and we don't know what happens to her, and the status is unknown. There was a script where she runs away, falls over, and penetrates herself on a fence, but that wasn't used either. So they didn't. She's an official final girl of the second movie, so she probably escaped. But uh, like I said, the good is you've got practical kills, a lot of them, 6 or 8. Basically, she kills the entire camp. She after Molly finds out, she she goes out of her murder shack, and she kills the rest of the entire camp. Even these little boys that call themselves the titty twins, because they're always taking pictures of the girls' boobs, they get killed. Every counselor gets killed. Uncle John gets killed. Everybody gets killed by this one scrawny lady. And then, so you have a lot of kills. You have some fun one-liners of Angela, and thinking there's something else that I like. The characters aren't really fleshed out. Uh, Renee Estevez character Molly is God, that wholesome girl, but that nobody's that wholesome. And then you have Sean, her boyfriend interest, and he's really respectful towards her, and I like that. The rest were like, "Let's fuck," blah blah blah, but he was like, "I want to make something serious out of this." He eventually gets decapitated because his dad was a cop who arrested Angela when they found him like that. And he said he should have shot you, and and then of course she gets angry, takes a machete, comes off his head, right? So what I didn't like in the movie is there's no soundtrack with the kills. There's not a lot of fleshing out of characters. There is you don't. There's no amount of tension or atmosphere. You know who the killer is. You're actually playing more time with the killer than the campers, who you should put more time and invest some time in to flesh them out. So if Angela kills them, that we feel sympathy towards that person. But no, there is no person. Everybody's, you know, except Molly and Sean. But like I said, Molly is too wholesome, and so NTC a little bit. But that's it. So give it a watch if you've never seen it. I do not recommend seeing the third one. It's even worse. It's with they did it back to back. It's from the same year, I think, or '89, and they did it back to back. And I think they blew all of their budget in this one. on the second one, and they didn't have any budget for this third one. Bad acting, the kills are never shown. There's no blood. It's no. And the fourth one is apparently a monstrosity. So there you go. Subscribe for more horror fun and horror knowledge. And see you next time. Bye.